Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how narcissists judge people. This is the criteria of how a narcissist is going to judge you, and they're very judgmental people. They judge you over everything, and that's how they value people. They're going to judge them by the 8 characteristics that I'm going to give you. Number 1, how a narcissist judges you. They judge you by how old you are, okay? A lot of narcissists don't like to be around older people. The only time they'll want to be around older people is maybe to use an older person for money. They're with them because they want to use them for money or something that they have. Or they may want to be around older people so that they can manipulate them for inheritances. But generally, narcissists will judge people by their age, all right? So they generally like to be around younger people because it makes them feel young. They feel they can manipulate younger people easier because they don't have enough life experience. So narcissists are definitely going to judge you by your age. And as a matter of fact, they're going to devalue you by your age as well. A lot of relationships, when it comes down to the breaking down of the relationship, the first thing the narcissist is going to do is make a derogatory remark about your age. Even if you're like the same age or, maybe a few years older than them, they're always going to make a sarcastic remark because they're wicked. And they're also judgy and they're judgmental. And, this is what they do. So they're going to judge you for your age. The next thing they're going to judge you for is how good looking you are. Narcissists like to be around people that are good looking people. Why? For their image. All right. A lot of it has to do with their image. Like a lot of narcissists go through midlife crisis. They want to be with a younger supply because they feel it makes them look good. All right. If they feel it makes them look good, it makes them feel young. It increases their value. Look at me, I'm with a young supply. All right. So narcissists will judge you by how good looking you are and want to be around good looking people. And they'll criticize you on your looks. They may criticize your weight. You're too heavy, you're too fat, you're too thin. They'll criticize your hair. They'll make a sarcastic remark about your hair. They'll criticize, how you dress. They'll criticize, how you're put together. They always, they're very, very hypercritical people, but God forbid you ever say anything about them. Ooh, they'll never let you forget it. All right. So they're going to judge people and they're going to want to be around the people that are young and good looking. What's the other way that narcissists judge you? By how popular you are, okay? Another remark that narcissists love to make is, oh, you have no friends. You have no friends. See, they value people by how popular they are. They want to be around popular people so that they could feel popular themselves. But the irony in all that is most narcissists don't even have good friends. They can't even keep good friends. Why? Because they're not a good friend. Because they're not there for people. They use people, and then people don't want to be there for them or won't go the extra mile for them because they remember that the narcissist was not there for them. All right? So they're going to judge you by how old you are, how good looking you are, how popular you are, and how successful you are. Narcissists, they want to be around the people that are the most successful. They don't look for people that, have a good heart unless they're looking to manipulate that person. All right. And so especially you'll see this in the work world, the corporate world. The narcissist is always going to be around the most successful people because they want to copy them, to be like them. And they want to be associated with them so that people will, think that they're successful as well. The other way that narcissists judge you is by how much money you have. They treat people according to these characteristics. In other words, narcissists are going to be very nice to younger people. They're going to be very nice to good-looking people. They're going to be very nice to successful people and people with money, all right? They love to be around people with money. Number one, because they can maybe use them for money or have them use them for money for a business, maybe a place to live, maybe to mirror and copy these people to try to become like them. But they put a value on, how much money you have. So let's say you're with the narcissist and you're at a social gathering or something like that. The narcissist is always going to migrate to the person who has the most social status and the most money. That's where you're going to see the narcissist hanging out, with the person that's the most successful or has the most money in the room, okay? Or the best looking one in the room too, but money always comes first. The other way that narcissists are going to judge you, they're going to judge you by what you own, your possessions, what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you live in, all right? So again, they will judge people by, how much money they have and do they drive a lavish car? Do they live in a luxury home? Or are they, living, at their parents' house, or are they, not able to afford certain things? They don't want to be around the people that can't afford certain things. They want to be around the people that, drive the BMW, the Mercedes-Benz, the person that lives in the big house that they could hopefully move into. That's who they want to be around, and that's how they're going to judge you, too. What can you do for me? So if you're just an average Joe, okay, who, lives an average life, that narcissist, if they're narcissistic, they may be with you temporarily, but till something better comes along where there is the person with the fancy car, the fancy house, all right, or the money to set them up in a business. The other way that narcissists judge you is by how emotional you are. If you're an emotional type of person, they will shame you for it. For instance, if you start to cry over something, they don't feel any kind of empathy for you. If anything, they look at you like you're weak. Look at you, you're crying. Or the other emotion they shame you for is anger. Oh, look at you, you're angry. They're the ones who cause the reactive abuse, set you off, get you angry, and then you're not justified in being angry. That's the joke of it. You're not allowed to be angry when you're dealing with the narcissist. Like, how dare you? How dare you be mad at the narcissist? They haven't done anything to you. They're wonderful. You don't appreciate the narcissist. You're ungrateful. This is how the narcissist looks at it, okay? So, you're not allowed to have emotions with a narcissist, because then they're going to shame you for it. Why? Because they don't want to feel shame, all right? Because when you get emotional, it actually makes them feel a certain amount of shame. And so they're going to either run, okay, and not want to be around you because, it's making them feel shame that you're feeling a certain way, like that they did something for you to be sad or angry about. Or what they'll do is they'll just shame you, like, oh, you have mental issues. Oh, look at you. You're always angry, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the narcissist gaslit you, lied to you, isolated you, didn't include you in things. But hey, you have anger issues. Wow, you're so unfounded to have anger issues. But it's okay for the narcissist to disrespect you, lie to you, exclude you, not treat you fairly. That's okay, right? But God forbid you get angry about it. Now all of a sudden you have mental issues. You see the hypocrisy with these people. You see the absolute hypocrisy with these people, the double standard that they live by. All right. So the next thing, but before I go on, I just want to say something. Your feelings are valid. Whether you realize it or not, your feelings are valid. If you feel a certain way, there's a reason you feel a certain way. And it's because that narcissist has probably played mind games with you or treated you like a jerk They lied to you. They played mind games with you. They treated you like a fool. They disrespected you. So you have every right in the world to be angry. And don't ever let a narcissist ever shame you for that, okay? Because again, if you feel a certain way, there's a reason you feel that way. And 99% of the time, it's because that narcissist was playing games with you or was disrespecting you in some sort of manner, all right? I just had to put that out there because you got to remember something. The problem isn't you if you're a good person and you do the right thing and you speak the truth. The problem is not you. The problem is that you're dealing with a narcissist who's trying to hurt you, all right? Next on the list of how narcissists judge you, all right? They will judge you, you guys, by if you chase them. If you chase the narcissist, you will automatically be labeled desperate. You're desperate. You're a sucker. You're chasing them. All right. So automatically, if you chase the narcissist, your value goes down to 0. Don't ever chase a narcissist. If they want to go into a silent treatment, let them. All right. Show them that you can live without them. That's where you get your power. All right. Let that narcissist go rot away on the silent treatment by themselves. This is where you have to have your internal strength, all right? This is where you have to say, you know what? I will not chase them. I will not beg them. And guess what? When they decide they want to come back, they're not going to get me, all right? Because that's my way of setting up that boundary and letting them know, you're going to treat me like this with that emotional abuse of the silent treatment? Well, guess what? Next time, you're not going to get me, okay? Next, moving along here, how narcissists love to judge you. Here's another one that I thought about. They love to judge you by how quick you trust them, all right? So if you trust a narcissist right away, all right, let's say you get in a relationship and within a month you say, they're telling you, I love you, they want to marry you. And you say, okay, I love you and want to marry you too. Okay. You automatically trust them really fast. All right. You know what the narcissist is going to think, you guys? I'm just going to be blunt with you because you got to hear it. They're going to think that you're very naive, you're a fool, that all they have to do is tell you that they love you, they want to marry you, and boom, automatically you fell for the bait. You took the bait, all right? So they're going to think you're stupid. All right? Flat, period, dot, end of story. They're going to think you're stupid if you trust them too soon. They're going to say, I got a sucker here. Look how fast they trusted me. All I had to do was tell them how much I love them, right? And look, automatically, they're giving me everything that I want. They're giving me money. They're giving me sex. They set me in a business. They're letting me move into their home. I got a sucker. This is how the narcissist thinks. All right? So, the bottom line is that when you trust a narcissist too quickly, they automatically lose complete respect for you. They don't have respect for people anyway, really, unless they need them. But they have 0 respect, and they're going to think that you're very stupid, you're naive, and you don't know the game. All right? So that's by how quickly you will trust them. Next, and this one's a big one, you guys. This is a big one. How narcissists will judge you. They're going to judge you by how available you are, all right? If you're always available, always picking up the phone, always calling, texting back, religiously and everything like that, instead of them looking at it and saying, oh, listen, I got a true blue person here. I got a good person here. They're respecting me. No, they don't look at it like that. They look at it like you're desperate. You're a loser. All right. You don't have any other options going on. This is how they think. All right. This is how the narcissist thinks. So they're going to judge you by how available you are. The more available you are, the more desperate you look. You must not have other things going on in your life. Okay? And narcissists will judge you by that. Instead of appreciating the fact that you're giving them all your time and energy. No, they don't appreciate that. Nah, not the narcissist, all right? No, they love to treat people like shit, all right? So instead, they're going to look at you like, oh, look at you, you must have nothing going on. So your value must be low, if you're always available to me. That's how narcissists really think. So, you guys, it's like this. They're horrible, horrible people to be around because they're judgmental. You will always feel like you're walking on eggshells with them because they are so judgmental, all right? Because you feel that stare that they give you, that covert narcissist stare of studying you from the corner of their eye, the up and down when you're walking in the room, the looking at your clothes, checking out your shoes, checking out your clothes, checking out your handbag, checking out how you're dressed, constantly sizing you up, judging. That's your narcissist. And that's especially your covert narcissist, right? Because they do it in such a sly, sneaky way, all right? So they're very, very judgmental. And when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they may not necessarily come out and tell you how they feel about you. A lot of times they hold it inside, but they'll talk about you behind your back. That they'll do. They'll be talking about you and gossiping to people. They're flying monkeys or their best bud or their mommy or daddy. That they'll be doing. That, yeah, I could promise you, all right? But the only time they're really going to come out and tell you what it is when they're really, really pissed off or when it's the end of the relationship. That's when you're going to know, okay, what they're really thinking about you. So, you guys, narcissists, they aren't people that accept people for who they are. No, they don't accept people for who they are. The irony is they're very critical and judgmental about people, but don't ever criticize or judge them. Don't ever criticize and judge them. The hypocrisy is real. The hypocrisy is real. They're the first ones to rip up other people, tell them how wrong they are, devalue, degrade somebody, but God forbid you ever come at them and you do it to them. They will silent treatment you so fast, and they will go into a smear campaign like you have never seen, all right? So again, the hypocrites, the double standard, the hypocrites, all right? So don't be around people that sit there and judge you. If you can't be yourself around these people, then they don't love you. Then they don't care about you. And you need to exit left and get away from them. You never ever want to be around people that are that judgmental, okay? Because they will abandon you. They will abandon you. Because they don't have any kind of kindness. They won't have empathy when you're sick or you're going through something. They'll victim shame you. Oh, you're going through that. You did that to yourself. Right? They love to do that because they have no heart. They're cold, callous snakes. They have no heart. So get away from these people. They have no love in their bodies. All right? You're dealing with a demon. This is another proof that you're dealing with a demon, all right? The fact that they don't have love, they don't accept you, there is no peace in their heart, you can never feel comfortable around them, get away with them, all right? So these are all the ways that narcissists judge you. I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, what kind of narcissist, are they overt, covert, grandiose, malignant, and you need closure, or maybe they, overlapping combination of over covert they could be as well. Check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. Also, you guys, I have limited time because I'm also writing a book right now. The other thing, check out my YouTube. I lay it down on YouTube with over 6,000 videos on YouTube. I have everything there for you guys to check out and learn from, all right? I tried to put as much information as I could to help you guys. Check out also my TikTok at The Game Exposed, and Instagram is The Game EXP123, and Facebook for now, The Game EXP777. And have a great day, you guys.